Hey everybody, it's Tessa from Meyer Hatchery. I'm joining you today because I just received my very first order of hatching eggs. Now I've raised chickens, but I've never actually hatched them out of the eggs in my own home. So to better help my customers and for me to understand this whole process, I decided to try it on my own. Yesterday, the hatching eggs came pretty late at night, so I took them out of the box and let them rest overnight and then placed them into the incubator the next morning. After I got them in there, I made sure that my temperature and my humidity were correct. My temperature is supposed to be at 99.5, which it is, and right now my humidity is at 50. It was a little bit difficult to get that humidity right, and I wasn't sure that I was doing it right. But after I got my temperature calibrated and it sat, it was actually really easy to stabilize it. One thing that I did notice is that right before I go to bed, I need to fill up my tray of water, because if I don't, then in the morning, it's down to 0, and that's not good. We want to be able to maintain that humidity. So I've gotten them all in there. I've checked them for cracks just to make sure there's nothing that happened during shipping, but all 16 were good. So I'm gonna let them sit, they're gonna rotate inside, and I'm gonna check them again in a few days to see if we have any growth started. I'm so excited to share this process with you, and I'm really nervous, so I hope they all hatch. Well, it's time for an update on our eggs. It's been 5 days since I put them into the incubator, and this is a good time for us to see what's actually going on inside. So as you can see, my incubator has a built-in candler on the top, which is a really nice feature. It's kind of scary when my kids sometimes handle the eggs. I'm afraid they might drop them. But in this case, they're able to rest right on the top, and I don't have to worry. So you can see that inside this egg, I'm starting to see veins. I actually can also see the chicken's little eyeball, I think. There's like a little black dot, and guess what? It wiggles. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. So I've gone through and candled all of my eggs. I can see that 12 of them look like they're starting to develop. So I'm gonna tuck them safely back inside and check again on day 14 and see who's there. Well, it's day 18, and since I'm hatching bantam eggs, I've put my incubator on lockdown. So in lockdown, that means that I'm not gonna open it again until the eggs hatch. I've put water in both of my trays here to increase humidity. My temperature is still the same, 99.5, but now my humidity is up to 67. I'm gonna try to get it up to 70 by the night so that just in case they decide to hatch tonight, they have a nice warm environment inside. What I've also done is removed my egg turner. That egg turner spins the eggs just like a mother hen would, but I don't want that to happen right before they hatch. So I've removed that portion, and I've also put some matting down inside so that when the little baby bantams come out, their feet don't get stuck in the bottom of the tray. So now we just wait. We're so excited. Surprise! We woke up to babies this morning. So over the last 24 hours, 10 of our 11 eggs hatched. There's still one in there that doesn't have a pip in it, so I think that it's probably not going to hatch, and that's okay. This is a really good ratio for our first time hatching. So you can see inside here, all of our chicks are wandering around. Some of them are a little wet still from coming out of the egg, and I'll tell you what, it was actually pretty stressful. Watching them come out I wanted to help them so bad, but they all do it all themselves. Last night when I was working right here next to the incubator, I watched some of them hatch. So some of you may have talked on the phone with me while these little chicks were hatching. But inside here, they're almost all fluffed out and they're ready to go into their brooder. While they were hatching, sometimes the humidity would fluctuate all the way up into the 70s, which is okay, but I will say that you have to watch that humidity and add or open your vent farther while they're hatching, because if a bunch hatch at one time, the humidity spikes from having the eggs open. So that was something that I noticed that I thought I would share with you guys, because it was helpful to know after I saw it that I would help control that a little bit better. But everybody is sleepy. Everybody's ready for their first drink and eating some food. So I'm gonna move them into their brooder so they can start their life here in our farm. Thanks for watching with us. I hope you guys enjoyed.